fake gurus. Where are they now? We all remember those flashy ads with people standing next to Lamborghinis, telling us how we can get rich quick. The fake gurus who promised shortcuts to wealth and freedom if we just bought that overpriced online course. Well, friends, where did those fake gurus go? Did they actually make it big like they claimed, or did they crash and burn? Hello, and welcome to our channel. In this video, we're taking a look back at some of the most notorious get-rich-quick schemers. What were they promising people, and where are they now after their downfalls? Spoiler: the answers range from disappointing to downright tragic. First up, let's talk about why everyday folks even fell for these scams. Many fake gurus built an aura of credibility by appearing to live outrageously wealthy lifestyles. Who wouldn't want their mansions and sports cars? They make big promises about the income you could make, without focusing on the hard work it actually takes. For those struggling financially, it created an irresistible fantasy. Of course, most turned out to be frauds misrepresenting their true wealth and credentials. They cared more about making sales than actually helping people. But in the short term, hype and charm covered over a lot of red flags. Until it all eventually caught up with them, and lives came crashing down spectacularly. As we analyze the journeys of various fake guru figures, notice how many similarities there are. Promises of quick wealth built on deceit, exploiting followers for maximum profits, lavish but fragile facades of success. It's a cycle we see repeated again and again. Our goal here isn't to shame folks who bought into the hype. Rather, we want to shed light on manipulative marketing tactics, so more people can spot red flags going forward. If we see through the BS, fewer lives get ruined by false promises. Knowledge is power, so let's dive in. Tai Lopez, scams, Radio Shack, and disappearing from the scene. Alright, let's start from the beginning with the OG fake guru himself, Tai Lopez. Back in 2013, Tai built a branding empire by portraying himself as a wealthy entrepreneur and investor. He dished out business advice on YouTube and through pricey online courses. Initially, some content was pretty solid, but over time, more videos focused on flexing Lamborghinis and mansions. The goal became less about giving advice and more about selling a fantasy to push increasingly expensive coaching programs. Fun fact about his early wealth: it actually came from running a sketchy online dating site. Basically, Tai's company would lure guys in with promises of attractive matches. But the female profiles setting up dates were actually fake bots, designed to keep men subscribed to lock in profits. Yikes. Not mentioned in the biz tutorials. Regardless of his shady history, hype exploded around Tai's persona. The viral "here in my garage" video boasting flashy wealth brought tons of attention. Soon Tai was selling $50,000 online courses promising to share his secrets to getting rich. But reviews stated it was all repackaged generic info. Despite criticism, Tai kept finding ways to profit off his growing fame. He even managed to buy the iconic but bankrupt Radio Shack brand in 2020. His grand plans to resurrect Radio Shack into a crypto exchange ended up failing spectacularly, however. Just 2 years later, the company was dead, the crypto scam was exposed, and Tai dumped the remains onto another sucker. Since his Radio Shack scam crumbled, Tai is surprisingly still somewhat active on social media. But his subscriber count and view counts are way down compared to his peak fake guru days. The quick wealth promises feel stale and draining, even to former fans. While not completely cancelled yet, Tai Lopez largely feels like an internet artifact from another era. His overly flashy and scammy tactics succeeded years ago, but wouldn't cut it with modern audiences wise to such ploys. He's relegated to the past, whereas unfortunately other fake gurus continue finding success with similar schemes. Jason Wojciechowski, Jason Wojo, TikTok fame and sudden downfall. If Tai Lopez perfected the fake guru social media blueprint years back, Jason Wojciechowski helped adapt it for the TikTok age. Riding high during pandemic lockdowns, Jason built a huge following on TikTok by portraying himself as a wealthy, self-made entrepreneur. His videos followed the usual fake guru tact, creating an aspirational image to sell courses. Constant flexing with sports cars, tropical vacations, luxury brands, etc., basically screaming, "I'm rich, let me teach you my secrets." But it was all an artificial persona. Followers ate up, however, enticed by the lifestyle fantasy Jason portrayed. His online courses and consulting packages promised to share insider tips to get rich quick just like him. Clearly, people desperately wanted financial security during such uncertain COVID years. Who wouldn't gravitate to such an enticing opportunity? Over 1 million followers bought into the hype machine, despite pretty mediocre actual content. As critics started examining his advice closer, however, massive plot holes became exposed. No practical steps, only vague mindset talk, contradictory and bad financial takes, overselling lifestyle or renting everything, fake followers and engagement metrics. You know things are shaky when basic math defeats the illusion. Rather than address criticisms, Jason ruthlessly tried burying them through intimidation tactics. Until, in early 2023, influencer Coffeezilla uploaded an exposed video on scams in the entrepreneur space, dedicated largely to picking apart Jason's schemes. By showcasing behind-the-scenes research on Jason's fakery, it finally gave concerned fans concrete proof about being misled. Public favor turned swiftly, and Jason's empire began crumbling rapidly. His TikTok account with millions of fake followers quickly got banned. Today, his other social accounts remain, but engagement is anemic without bot support. The personal brand barely clings to relevancy. It's incredible how quickly Jason fell from grace in the public eye. Then again, manufactured hype focused solely on aspirational lifestyle porn can only take you so far. Even many former fans turned to support the anti-scammer movement once his deceit became widely apparent. In the end, Jason's epic downfall highlights how ephemeral online fame can be in the social media age, especially when not built on authenticity. Smoke and mirrors fade fast eventually. At which point was the pain worth those few years playing fake guru? Grant Cardone, lawsuits and course-correcting content. Shifting gears a bit, Grant Cardone demonstrates another persona evolution arc after facing criticism over shady practices. Unlike Ty and Jason, who seemingly faded to obscurity, Grant actually course-corrected in response to lawsuits and controversies. Early on, Grant genuinely built business credibility, especially around sales and real estate. His first books and programs offered reasonably solid value rooted in experience, but at some point, things took a shift toward manufactured hype and exploitation. Critics called out Grant filming paid 3-day expert courses literally comprised of him streaming existing YouTube videos. Basically, folks paid $30,000 just to watch reruns with other suckers in a hotel ballroom. Not exactly rare business sorcery as advertised. Additionally, Cardone increasingly played the anti-expert contrarian on social issues to stir attention. This probably climaxed during the GameStop meme stock frenzy, when he aggressively attacked retail investors despite not understanding the scenario. By 2021, a perfect storm struck. 1. Questionable pandemic advice. 2. Open hostility toward fans. 3. Suspicious real estate dealings. Multiple lawsuits alleged Grant misrepresented potential earnings on properties to lure high-dollar investors. These controversies sparked deeper dives into Grant's practices, catalyzed by Coffeezilla's extensively researched fraud allegations. Soon, evidence revealed a long history of increasingly brazen scams built on empty hype, harming followers in the process. Since then, however, Grant has, maybe only to protect his brand and avoid further litigation, cleaned up his act quite a bit. He backed off the most outrageous claims while focusing content on more reasonable business leadership discussions. Reviews generally agree his newer programs offer solid value without the scam factor. Does this absolve Grant of past predatory behavior? Of course not. But it does showcase the power public pressure holds when properly exposing shady influencers. Hitting the social credibility and wallet provides motivation to fix the grift. For now, Grant seems set continuing his YouTube show and podcast discussing general business topics, sans the private jet flexing and misleading promises. Only time will tell whether the second chapter brings genuine atonement or quietly tees up the next generation of shiny scams. Fernando Perez, a tragic case of appearances gone wrong. While most fallen fake guru cases end in quiet obscurity, darkened reputations, or changing tunes, some face much darker fates. Fernando Perez tragically demonstrated how desperately keeping up false appearances can backfire with awful costs. To his Instagram fans, Fernando portrayed himself as a wealthy entrepreneur who made a fortune trading crypto. He loved flaunting pictures next to sports cars on private jets, posing with cash, basically the stereotypical veneer of overnight success. This flashy facade helped Fernando build a respectable following, with many seeing him as a mentor for navigating volatile crypto markets. Of course, he eagerly sold this vision too by offering paid groups, signals services, and consultations. Had to cash in somehow. Behind the damn shots, however, Fernando actually faced crippling anxiety tied to keeping up false appearances, not to mention dodging serious financial issues back home in Argentina. You see, while projecting success as an expat influencer, Fernando actually fled various legal troubles and debts in Argentina years back. These lurking skeletons required ever more desperate stunts to continue funding his facade abroad. Things took a tragic turn, however, during a July 2023 visit back home to Argentina. Shortly after arriving, Fernando disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Days later, children horrifically discovered mutilated body parts in an abandoned suitcase near a river. Dental records confirmed it as Fernando's remains. While no suspects have been formally charged, speculation points to Fernando failing to repay cartel debts or falling victim to violent loan sharks. Either way, a gruesome fate apparently tied back to keeping up misleading appearances despite secretly facing catastrophic personal tailspins. Ultimately, Fernando's story provides a sobering gut check about the darker realities, sometimes hidden behind the flashy lures which fake gurus thrive upon. It reflects perverse incentives social media creates by too often celebrating surface-level vanity metrics over authentic impact. For every fake guru face planting into irrelevance, far uglier stories linger where pathological lies compound to the point destroying lives and legacies. May Fernando's senseless end inspire more meaningful conversations about what really constitutes success in this age of non-stop personal branding. And there you have it, the crazy stories of where these famous fake gurus ended up. Trainwreck City. Some deserve it, some ending sadder. But the moral is always beware of promises too good to be true. So what other fake guru tales should we dig into next? Let us know in the comments below.